Hello, everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day so far. My name is Widad Price, and I'm a pharmacist and certified health coach. And I recently launched my Metabolic Reset Beta program. And today with me, I have my wonderful, wonderful clients, Rashida and Riaz, who are here to share their wins going through this Metabolic Reset program with me, and how they were able to lose some weight and get some other health gains in a short period of 10 weeks without any pills or potions or heavy exercise. So welcome, Rashida and Riaz, and thank you for your time, for just, chatting to me about your experience going through my Metabolic Reset program.
Shukran, Vida. Thanks for having us.
Shukran, Vida. Same here.
So I guess perhaps you can tell me, what was your health situation like before we started to work together?
Rashida can go first.
Okay, so I have a thyroid problem. I've been diagnosed very early in my 20s with a thyroid problem. So losing weight generally is a very big challenge. Gaining weight is not that big of a challenge for my body, obviously. So what my body and what my health was prior to starting the challenge is, obviously I'm overweight. Very difficult to move around, very difficult to maintain a lifestyle with my young kids. For those who know, for anybody that is overweight and unhealthy, my program with my kids was, I manage the things we want to do because it's easy for me rather than what's good for them, in terms of activities and everything else. Food wise, eating wise, I think we're going to need another program on that on its own. But I've reached this point because I'm a typical client with a typical cliche that I've done almost each and every diet, in inverted commas, that's available there, and not yet have found something that works for me with my thyroid issue as a whole. I maybe with any diet or program I normally start, I have weight loss in the first week or two, and then it plateaus and then nothing after that. So you can imagine my whole approach to any form of weight loss program is that I'll do it, but I don't have much hope for myself. But it doesn't stop me from trying.
What was your situation like before we started to work together?
I think for me it was, I wasn't into any form of diet. I think Rashida dragged me to some of these things. I tried Herbalife as well for a short period of time. And I think, that just, I didn't really have I didn't see the results on the Herbalife perspective. I haven't tried any diet pills or anything like that. I tried a bit of exercise, and sort of there was a when you don't see results, then you sort of lose focus. And I think where I was at before, I was really unhappy with my weight situation.
So then you guys sort of, joined my Metabolic Reset program a few weeks ago. And what have you found different then about my approach compared to what you tried in the past?
I think for me that the check-ins were really great. And we celebrated the little wins, if I could put it that way. That was really a key motivator for me. Even though it was little bits at a time, we were actually getting there. We were getting somewhere, in a space of time. And, even the exercises that we did, the mental exercises that we did, really sort of created a positive way to look at, sort of how we work with the metabolic reset program. And I mean, just to maybe take a step back, I did have some, sort of mental issues at work, and I think even the mental side of the program really brought a different state of mind to me, at least from a work perspective as well, and also making those choices at work, being conscious of those choices and what the program teaches, being conscious of that at work, at home, when I was traveling, when I went to conferences, for example, those kind of conscious choices really helped me quite a bit, actually.
That's amazing.
Yeah, for me, what I loved about your program is the coaching sessions. It isn't about a weight loss journey. It's, for me, it wasn't Riaz is calling it a weigh-in journey, but I call it an empowering journey. As much as my focus was to lose the weight, the amount of information and education that I got whilst on this journey is second to none that I've ever done before. You've taught us and coached us. It's really, I call it coaching, because you give us a good formula, you motivate us from a mental perspective, and from our coaching sessions, we could understand what our body and our relationship is with our food. So for me, where I was when prior to starting with you and where I am today, I am more empowered to make good choices, in terms of the food that I eat, the lifestyle that I'm living, and even the things that I'm doing with my family. I mean, it is way bigger than just a weight loss program. I don't think a weight loss program does your program any justice. It doesn't explain it.
Right.
And the benefits until you've gone through it and understand what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Well, thank you for so what I'm hearing is that empowering, that word empowering, that is so important, because that was my goal, just not to just put you through a program, eat certain foods and lose the weight, but really to empower you with information and with tools so that you can take that with you, for long term, so that this can be ongoing. So I hope that was what I was trying to do. I hope you achieved that.
No, I from my perspective, I have. I mean, like I said, your program isn't just about losing weight. I mean, that was my whole purpose of joining the program. But what I ended up leaving with was so much more, in terms of, like Riaz touched on it, how to tap in our mental state, what we can do in our lifestyles that will benefit your journey and your lifestyle. And it's things that we still incorporating in our lives now. These things that were taught in this program that unconditioned us to the older, more damaged way of looking at things, even approaching things at work, even approaching things, something like I used to use excuses like I'm an emotional eater, but and you empower us to tap in. What is an emotional eater? What triggers it? It's just empowering. And like I said, it's 10 weeks after the fact of your program, and Riaz and I are still losing weight.
That's amazing.
Not because we now we don't have those weekly check-ins with you anymore. We don't have that group sessions, where we chat and we can share and things. But we have applied the things that you've taught us in our everyday life. And lo and behold, we are still losing the weight. Being it gradually, but for that is a win. That's a big win for us.
Of course. Now let's get into some of the exciting stuff, like some of the results that you achieved going through this program. Would you care to share, like some of your wins in terms of the weight loss and other things as well?
Yeah, so I think from my side, really, I think 10 weeks into the program, and I started off at 99.4. I'm now at 91 something. 7.6 kgs lost in the 10 weeks.
Wow.
My clothes are fitting better. I've gone from a belt size of 2XL to a large. So I can definitely see some movement around the stomach area. My pants, clothes that I kept in the closet saying, you know what, when I lose weight, I'm gonna wear these clothes. I can actually fit into them now. So I'm actually wearing them. I've got a t-shirt on today that a few weeks ago was a little bit too tight for me. Well, not a few weeks ago, I think. About a month ago, it was a little bit too tight for me.
About 2 months ago.
2 months ago, yeah. And now it's like, I'm feeling good and it's fitting really well.
Wow, that's great.
I've had people that also have sort of said to me, you are losing a bit of weight. Family members that has said you look amazing, because of the loss. Really, and it's motivating. It feels good. That clothing that you couldn't fit into before,
Yes.
there was a little bit too tight shirts and pants, are now fitting comfortably and sort of there's room for movement. In fact, not room for movement, but yeah, there's space,
Yes, definitely. I hear you, yes. And you, Rashida, how would you care to share some of your results?
Okay, so for me, like when I started, I said I have a thyroid problem. So when I started this program, I didn't have much hope that I would be shedding a lot of kilos. And I was okay with that. I was okay because I wanted to try something different. I wanted to better myself, basically. But there's a big but and a big wow. I actually lost 5.5 kilos during the 10-week program. Never, ever really been, and that is without exercise. That is without putting, any extra. But I think I celebrated with my first full kilo that I lost. Past the 3rd week, because like I said, my track record is first 2 weeks and then nothing after that. And I think I mentioned briefly prior to this question, I'm still continuing to lose weight on this program. So, outside the program, outside the official program, but I think I've lost an additional kilo, so since and that's with Ramadan type of thing. So yeah, even for somebody that had all the medical reasons not to show any weight loss and all the mental reasons for not following through, this is a big win for me.
Of course, yes, like 5.5. That's a lot. I mean, don't let anyone tell you that 5.5 is not a lot, because and a lot, like you said, a lot of people struggle to lose even 1 or 2. And this is what 10 weeks later, right?
Yeah.
So what are some other things that have changed for you in your life since starting the program?
I had quite a bit of indigestion I found myself, when I eat, I'd feel like, bloated, and I didn't feel comfortable, to be honest. I could still function after eating. I could still be, the energy increased as well.
Okay.
Previously when I was tired all the time, and I think Lewis, now it's more of a, let's go do this, whatever it is we get up to on a weekend, or task wise or work wise, it's a lot more. I think I have a lot more energy in terms of doing things and doing certain things.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So definitely increased energy levels as well, like you say.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when you say like, and that's what I hear. Thanks for sharing that part about after eating, you just feel so tired. And I hear that a lot from clients and from people speaking to me. But you say now, with sharing, eating what was on this plan, you didn't feel as tired after the meal, right?
Nope, definitely not. I mean, I could, like I said, I could still function after the meal. So, if I said, okay, we needed to do something outdoorsies, typically I would be like, I'm a bit too tired to do anything now. But on the program, it's a case of, let's go do something after we've had lunch, or whatever the case may be. There'd be enough energy to let's go do it. Let's do these kind of things. I think sleeping patterns also has been better for me. I've been able to have a really good sleep, because I'm not woken up in the middle of the night with indigestion and feeling this food pushing up into your esophagus kind of thing. So I really feel like my sleep has improved as well. I can have a decent night's sleep without feeling sort of bloated and indigestion, and
Right. Wow.
that's for me at least. Yeah.
It's amazing. And Rashida, anything else that you?
I'm basically gonna second the biggest win for me was obviously the energy levels that has improved. The comfortability that I have with myself. There's none of that, like Ria's already touched on it, that you feel bloated and uncomfortable. I mean, I can have a meal now and get up and do what needs to be done, and not feel sluggish and so forth. The improved sleep, that is I think I spoke to you at the beginning of the program when I just told you I'm now able to put my head on the pillow and actually have deep sleep, like not tossing and turning, meaningful sleep, if that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely.
And when I wake up, I feel refreshed. Riaz even mentioned it's like, Rashida, you fall asleep like within minutes now, and it's I don't feel like I have to be torn out of bed in the morning anymore, just to get going. One of the other benefits was my skin. Prior to starting the program, I invested heavily on some skincare products because I found that what I was using wasn't feeding my skin. I use a lot less. So my skin, my body overall. What was the other?
So you were saying that you had dry skin. Is that what you're saying? Like it was very dry?
Yes. I think at one stage I was telling the beautician, is like, I feel like I have to walk with a bucket of oil with me because I'll put the moisturizer on and not even leaving the house, and my skin will feel like it's on the desert, like It feels tight, it feels dry, and I'm using good creams, and not like that
now,
it's not like that, and I mean, we're moving into colder season, which makes less moisture in the atmosphere, but I'm still not feeling that tightness and I mean, I'm reaching my years already. I'm going into my years. I accept that my body as you get older, but that was definitely one of the benefits, the better benefits that I have on this program, is that I feel comfortable in my skin again.
wow, that's amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sure that was unexpected. You're going
No, it was.
thinking
It
that
was.
it's weight loss, and then you're getting like better sleep and skin improvement. That's amazing.
No, it definitely is. That's why I say I don't think that the name of the program actually does it justice. Until somebody has been on this journey, they will fully comprehend the benefits far outweighs just the weight loss journey. That for those who are watching and looking, take it from somebody, and I know it sounds cliche, from that has tried in years, but to actually have a program that's sustainable, that's doable, and the benefits is way more than just weight loss.
Perfect. Thank you. That was actually going to be my next question, but you've answered that now. Like, the best thing about working with me. So I guess you answered that. But
no, it is. And I mean, how busy our schedules are. Riaz and myself have very busy schedules. We are also the type of clients that will say, oh, I was too busy, or I didn't fit this in, or I didn't fit that in. And it wasn't difficult, really. You understand? It is something somebody, even with the busiest of lifestyle, can manage. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
thank you for mentioning that, because I hear that all the time. I'm so busy. I'm full-time working, and the kids and everything. I don't have time to still plan a diet or.
No. I think if there was any test dummy that can prove anybody wrong, it would be me. Because I've got a full-time job, I've got young kids, my life outside work, the minute work stops, well, as a mom, your work never really, your home life never really stops. So you on call 24/7 all the time. And to think of this as like, oh, I have to fit this in. It's not a fitting in. It's part of. You get what I'm saying. And there were times we didn't have our check-ins as when it was scheduled to do, but we still managed to get the results, because even though I didn't have the 5 minutes or whatever to chat with you live, we communicated via WhatsApp. We did that, and we're still able to manage the program, to do the program. So there isn't really any excuse in terms of why it wouldn't work, in my opinion. Because like I said, for me to have a minute to myself is asking the world. and it's not something that you have to fit in. Really, it isn't.
So what would you say? Anyone can answer. So what would you say to someone thinking about working with me, or just wanting to take the next steps to improve their health?
Just do it. Like the Nike logo is, I think, just do it. I mean, for me, like I think Rashida and myself, we always apprehensive about our weight loss journey and maintaining it, for example. But with this program, certainly it shifted, my mindset was shifted into how to deal with certain things and how to sort of go through this weight loss journey with you. And I think that you know, it's, if I could encourage everybody to do it, I would. You know, certainly people that I speak to and ask me these questions, you know, family members, you know, friends or whoever that hasn't seen me and said, oh, but, you know, you lost a bit of weight and kind of thing. You know, I tell them about the program, you know, obviously, and I mentioned who I work with, and, you know, I would encourage that if they have the opportunity that they do so, because it's not just, you know, there's an emotional perspective or mental perspective to it, as well as the weight loss perspective to it as well. And it's really empowering, to say the least, because once you start seeing the kilos coming off, you start feeling a little bit better. You know, you start, you know, you sort of, you have this let's do this mentality kind of thing.
It's more motivation.
Yeah, exactly. And I appreciate, I think, all the time that we spend together, you know, and working on this journey with us. You know, I'm always, you know, grateful to the Almighty, you know, for you know, granting us the opportunity to work with you on this journey as well. And it's amazing for me, at least.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, for me is like I will just echo what I've said before. Even if you use the word life coach, without, there's an awesome life coach. She's with you every step of the way. She's there to empower you and whatever. It's words that are often used when trying to introduce somebody to something new. But you have to experience it. You have to see what the wins are that we experience to actually comprehend. And you know, there's nothing better to have somebody with you along the way and hold your hand on something that's going to really work for you. If you've been there, done that, tried, yeah, this, believe you me, this is where the buck stops. Listen to what I'm saying. This is where everything changes, you know. And it's scary sometimes. I think there was we were also apprehensive at the very beginning. I think you would be foolish if you're not, because there's so many things out there. There's so much misinformation out there being sold as fact, you know. Until you come across something like this, and to have you guide you through, empower us through it, and break the myths of what we thought as, you know, no, this can't be fixed. It's something I've done for X, you know. No, you there, and really try it. You know, you've got nothing else to lose except the way, and a whole lot of wisdom to gain along the way. Yeah.
Wow, thank you so much for sharing your wins and sharing your experience going through this program. It means a lot to me, and hopefully, you know, this can inspire other people listening to, you know, just take the plunge and trust the process. And you mentioned such good points, you know, being able to do this even though you're busy, and empowering and mindset and sustainable, you know, something you can continue. So thank you for touching on those important points, which I find, you know, people always think about these things when trying to work with someone or going into a new program, and that's so important. So thank you for touching on those important points. And I guess thank you for your time, for sharing your story with me, and I'm sure everyone else would appreciate that, and I certainly do.
No, but shukran for always having and for having us, and obviously showing us the way to do this. We are eternally grateful for what you've done and taught us.
Thank you. It's my absolute pleasure. So I won't keep you any longer. I know you've got things to do. It's just a busy day. So again, just thank you for coming, for sharing your story with me. And whoever's listening, thanks for listening. And bye for now.
Bye-bye.
See you.